in the last 2 weeks or more, what has been at the bullet point, what everybody has been discussing, that's causing a lot of apprehension, a lot of anxiety, is about protesting. And protesting. The CP said, and just like the Lucas Commander 2, everybody has the right to protest. We can express our displeasure. And that's what makes society to function well. We can criticize government. We can criticize establishment. But the question is, fine, we say we're going to have a peaceful protest. The question is, how peaceful can it be? And that is what we should all be asking ourselves. If it starts, are we going to be able to control it? And the question we should also be asking ourselves. We all remember what happened during the ENDSARS. And we know that at some point, even when people were willing that this thing should stop, of course, it went overboard. And today, government at all levels, Lagos State particularly, is struggling to get out of the loss incurred during this protest. We can see the effort of government at all levels. President has just come out to appeal to youth to please give the government more time. Government is rolling out projects, policies that could, eliminate the high cost of living. We know that. But good things don't come easy. And that is why, and that is, when and how, our patience, comes in. The point and the concern here is that Lagos remains the epicenter. And if we allow this to happen and it gets out of hand, I can assure you that right from the first day, of course, we are consuming the entire zone, and that's how it's going to spread across the nation. And that is why we keep appealing to us. Everybody is here, everybody is well represented here. The traditional rulers are here, the union leaders are here, I can see the TUC, the NSC, the local government secretary, the local government chairmen are here. So it's like everybody is well represented. And that is what informed this meeting, that we want us to go back and appeal to our youth, our followers, our congregations, that at this point in time, we should be patient and give government enough time. We don't want another ENDSARS. We don't want killing in Lagos. And again, we should also remember that for whatever adverse things that is done, it is still going to be our money, our taxes, that is going to be used to fix all of these things. But by and large, I think we need a very conducive environment for our businesses to thrive, for students to go to school. And at this point, we are appealing to everybody. It is not only the duty of the security agents here, but the collective responsibility of all of us to go back and say, no, let's give government time. That is my own take. So that God Almighty guide our steps and give us all it takes to do the right thing.
I wear a very sensitive cap because I'm representing a generation that is going through several changes. Sometimes we are called the Sorosoke generation. Sometimes it is a generation of I cannot come and kill myself. However, it is a generation that represents the barest minimum of 60% of the population in Lagos. When we look at the population in Lagos, we say Lagos has approximately about 29 to 30 million citizens or residents of Lagos. And if we're talking about 60%, it means the population of the youths in Lagos would be in the region plus or minus 18 or 19 million. So it is a generation that is very sensitive. Whilst that is being recognized, by the time we look at the caliber of the people in this hall, it has a lot. It is a big statement. A statement in the sense that we're all gathered here today. We have left our various responsibilities to come together to address a situation. I want to believe that the quote and unquote faceless protesters, by the time they see the caliber and representative of the people in this hall, it will send a strong message and signal. Two conversations that I have been having over the last 1 week. Very simply, one, the right to protest or not. Yes, as citizens, everybody has a right to protest. However, when the protest cannot be controlled, or when the protest we cannot identify those behind the protest, then it becomes a problem. It is no longer a protest. That's one of the conversations I've been having. The second one, which is also very interesting, is the conversation surrounding the youths. When people are talking about protest, it's always centered around the youths. Some group of youths continue to say, well, everybody is facing economic hardship, not only the youths. But when they are talking about, when protests are being spoken about, it is always centered around the youths. Well, my simple response is we make up a larger number of the population, so it would always be centered around us. However, we believe the protest is across board, because the economic hardship is not only to the youth, but is across the entire citizens of the country. And I'm also glad that we're all being proactive as opposed to being reactive, which goes to show that every single stakeholder in this room has decided to take responsibility of what is coming ahead, irrespective of the outcome. Again, like I said previously, I am sure the quote and unquote faceless protesters are already aware that everybody is taking responsibility, everybody is taking ownership, everybody is rising to the occasion, because this is our Lagos. Lagos is our home. We cannot afford for anything to happen to our home, which is the reason why we have all gathered here, to ensure that the necessary steps are taken by each and every one of us to ensure that we remain peaceful. United we stand, divided we fall. When we come together as a people to sit down to face issues like this, then we can be assured that there will definitely be peace at the end of the day. Over the last couple of days, a lot has been done. The chairmen have all come together in each of our 57 local governments and LCDAs to come together collectively to address this issue. That is a statement on its own. If all of the chairmen in each of the local governments can come together, it means in each local government, everyone has taken responsibility, and they would assure that they keep their homes safe. That is a signal on its own. Several youth groups have come together to issue statements about this upcoming protest. Several religious bodies have done the same. I think the message is clear and the signal is clear that we are standing as one people to ensure that we keep our Lagos and our Nigeria safe. So I commend each and every one of us that have taken those steps, and for those who are yet to take those steps, we will encourage you to please do that, because when anything goes wrong, it affects each and every one of us, irrespective of whatever it is that we are building. We all see what has happened in Kenya recently. Everybody has come out after the aftermath to realize what has happened. You see, when this thing happens, it happens like a snowball, and the ripple effects is very, 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 very high. And we would ensure, and we will try, we will plead, we will ask, we will beg to ensure that we keep our Lagos and our Nigeria safe. The administration under our governor, Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has vowed not to leave anyone behind. The government cannot do it alone. The private individuals as well cannot do it alone, which is why we continue to call everyone together as stakeholders so that we can continue to collaborate just as we are doing today. Just for record purposes, the government under the administration of our governor has done a lot, even for the youths. I will reel out some just for the purpose of this conversation, because I know several youths, seeing me standing here holding the microphone within the stakeholders, are gluing in to hear what it is that I have to say. A lot of times, a lot of people don't have the information, so they don't even really know what is available out there. I will start with myself and what we are currently doing in the Ministry of Youth and Social Development. In partnership with Wema Bank and a company called GFA Technologies, we have come together to foster a collaboration where we are looking to empower 1 million youths. 1 million youths free. That is the challenge they gave me. Give us 1 million youths in Lagos State. GFA Technologies has the partnerships with all these foreign companies. Wema Bank has agreed to sponsor 75%. Our governor has sponsored the remaining 25%. That is one of the ways we are tackling employment, because we know not everybody is going to be able to go into an office and wear a tie and go to the office. We know it's a digital space, it's a digital era. So that is one of the ways, one of the initiatives that is currently going on under my ministry that I am championing. In the transportation sector, over 1,800 jobs have been generated through the Lagos Bus Service Limited. Over 1,000 direct and indirect jobs have been created for youths through the operation of the Lagos Blue Line Rail. Hundreds are being trained for jobs on the Red Line. Over 1,000 jobs have been created through the Lagride Smart Taxi Scheme. 2,866 job opportunities for young drivers who graduated from LBSL accredited through Trading Academy. That is just in the transportation sector. In the health, over 2,200 healthcare professionals, mostly youth, were recruited into the state public health facilities. That is health. Education, over 3,000 fresh graduate teachers recruited, mostly youths. Over a million approved as registration fees and other sundry costs for 58,188 SS3 students writing the WAEC certification exam. About 2,085 students completed technical education, and 85% of the graduates are now self-employed. Agriculture, in recent times, we have all heard about the palliatives that the governor as well as all of the local government chairmen have infused into the system. In most of the local governments, a lot of the local government chairmen have taken initiatives to see how they can subsidize food in each of these local governments. So there are so many interventions going on. There are so many of these programs that are going on. And it is always important to reel it out when the opportunity arises. And just like now, which is why I've taken advantage of it, to mention a few of what the administration is doing. This is only in Lagos. Of course, on the national level, our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, rolling out a lot of incentives and programs to ensure that the citizens of Nigeria do not continue to pay this hardship. But we all know there's always a period we have to go through before the light at the end of the tunnel. In summary, just like everyone has said, and we will continue to say, we do not want any destructions in Lagos. The youths are a large population of the citizens in Lagos. We are well represented, we are well being catered for. We will continue in different segments, continue to work with all of the critical stakeholders to ensure that our Lagos continues to be safe.